lives can sure feel pretty ordinary sometimes. We get up and brush our teeth, make and eat breakfast, and get everyone out the door and go to work. Then at the end of the day, we get everyone back home, start some laundry, cook supper, clean up, and fall into bed. Then repeat and repeat. It seems that nothing extraordinary happens in our day, unless we count a special event or vacation maybe. It can seem like we are stuck in a rut, or our life is just a spinning merry-go-round. But the Bible tells us that even in our ordinary days, there is so much happening. Jesus tells us that so many things we say and do that we take for granted each day have the possibility to be used in extraordinary ways for ourselves and all those we come in contact with. Consider Moses. In the book of Exodus, we're told that this ordinary man used an ordinary rod or staff to part the Red Sea, to bring water out of a rock, and gain supernatural victory over his enemies. In the book of Judges, we read about Samson, who slayed hundreds of Philistines with the jawbone of a donkey. David defeated Goliath with one small stone in 1 Samuel. In each of these instances, do you notice that the ordinary was transformed into the extraordinary, but only when they were devoted to God's purposes? A staff is just a stick, and the jawbone of a donkey, a little rock, just simple, ordinary things. The transformation came as each person purposefully put their day, this moment in their life, into God's hands and asked for His will to be done. Jesus Himself took 12 ordinary men. Some were even considered out of the ordinary due to their being scoundrels, and He used what He saw in each of them for extraordinary purposes. And the refreshing thing is, God is always watching and waiting for us to give Him the opportunity to transform our own days. 2 Chronicles 16:9 says, "The eyes of the Lord roam over the whole earth to encourage those who are devoted to Him wholeheartedly." And Ephesians 3:20 says that He's able to accomplish far more than all we ask or can even imagine. You may say, sure, but how could getting up, going to work, taking care of my family, doing all my daily responsibilities make me anything but ordinary? It's really quite simple. All we need to do is offer our day, our week, our ordinariness to Him, and He'll be more than happy to transform it into extraordinariness. We have the easy part in all this. Once we give our day to God, we just need to become a little more aware of what's really going on around us and thank Him for giving us this opportunity at this moment. Think about the boy who offered his lunch to Jesus in the Gospels. An ordinary little boy with an ordinary little lunch. But who likely prepared that lunch for him? A parent. And what happened to that simple little thing? It was transformed into the extraordinary. That entire miracle began that morning with mom or dad doing what they did every day, make lunch for a little boy. Two of my all-time favorite saints are Saint Therese of Lisieux, also known as the Little Flower, and Saint Faustina. Both of these women are considered modern-day saints since they lived and died in the late 1800s and early 1900s. As young women, they lived very ordered and ordinary lives as nuns. Their days and nights were all exactly the same for the most part. But they both, though one lived and died before the other was even born, but they understood that by offering each moment of each day to God, then every single thing they did, no matter how simple or ordinary it was, would be transformed into something extraordinary. From their morning prayer to washing dishes, hoeing endless rows of garden vegetables, and even milking the cow, when offered to God, was used by Him. They didn't even bother to question Him on who would benefit from such a tiny little thing. And much of the time, The only ones to benefit were they themselves. Their souls grew closer to Him, and their countenance or personality became happier and more content. So, to wrap up, I want to challenge you. When you get home this evening and you realize you're about to start another evening of the same boring thing, remember to offer the entire time to God. Ask Him to transform your ordinary task into something extraordinary. Ask Him to open your eyes and heart to see just how much of your day-to-day routine really impacts others. Just seeing this will change your outlook from one of, oh, another day to get through, to, oh, a new day with new opportunities. And include this verse every morning with your cup of coffee. Galatians 6:10. So then, while we have the opportunity, let us do good to all.